What is the purpose of enlightenment? Why do we expend so much energy in trying to become enlightened? Most of us, there's a subliminal internal force within us that wants control, that wants order, that wants stability. And I believe this goes to our biological evolution, our psychological evolutionary psychology, that we want to have this sense of comfort, order, safety, security. And so we trade what the world sells us as their religion for another form of control, order, and stability. And that is the spiritual path. And what religions and spiritual practices and dogmas and rituals and many teachers, it's an unwritten rule. We're trading one system of control for a different system of control. And yet both of them have the incredible power to stifle the soul. And it's sad because we think that as we become enlightened, we are becoming freer, lighter, happier, more joyful. And while that might be true, do we make compromises and lose our sense of authenticity? What ends up happening is many practices and religions and teachings set up a rule or a paradigm or framework in which we're supposed to squeeze our spirit into this straitjacket. And if the teacher says I'm supposed to do this, or the religion says I'm supposed to do that, then I mold and change and alter who I am to fit within that straitjacket. And the illusion is that the straitjacket's comfortable. We feel like the straitjacket is safe and secure, and so we keep it on. And many people spend their whole lives never expressing the art, the music that is within them, because they've allowed external forces to pull the strings. So we become puppets. Even people that think we're enlightened think that they're enlightened and are on the spiritual path. And one of the greatest revelations and the biggest help to spiritual growth is realizing there is no destination. And we've been convinced that, heaven is the ultimate destination, or, if we're pursuing enlightenment, that arriving on the top of the mountain is the final destination, and then we'll be realized and have arrived. And so we spend our whole lives trying to get to this imaginary place, and we model ourselves about these mythical figures that existed in past times, or maybe a few that we think exist now, as these wise, enlightened beings, and I want to be like them. Man, don't be like them. Be like yourself. That is enlightenment. And it's not about not suffering. It's not about not being honest in communication and not being authentic. Man, enlightenment is discovering the music, the symphony, the art that is within you and letting that come out. In fact, it's just getting out of the way of your own expression, of your own authenticity. And it's not covering it up. We oftentimes are so fearful of letting go, losing control, and not being in a place that's safe, predictable, and comfortable, that we sell our souls. We compromise. And we let others hijack our spirit. And we say, you know what, here we go. The dollars, the money, the jobs, the approval, the security, the comfort, the safety that you offer me, I trade you a bit of my soul. And each day in small little ways, we give up a piece of who we are. Every time that alarm clock rings and we're not passionate about what we do and we're not able to freely express who we are. And I know many people saying, oh my God, I would lose my house, I'd lose my job, I'd lose my friends, I'd lose my family if I was really authentic. Lose it. You're not going to die. And then if you are going to die, what are you attached to? you can die knowing that you are authentic and live for the Spirit, something that's eternal. All these things that we're so clinging to that stifle us are temporary. They're fleeting. We can't take them with us. But at the end of our lives, when we're sitting on a rocking chair, looking back and reflecting how we lived our lives, man, God bless the person that can say, you know what, man, I might have been poor. I might have not had a lot of friends. I might not have had a lot of power or had a lot of adoration. But I was true to myself. I was authentic. I let the music sing out of me. And most often when we do that, we bless the lives of others. It's like we're imprinted. When we're born, I believe we're all imprinted with a gift, something that we can bless the lives of others. Treasures. And it could be someone who's an author, someone who's a doctor, someone who's a gardener, someone who writes. Someone who's just a great mother or grandma or father, coach. We all have these gifts, and we know the direction that we're supposed to be, the path we're supposed to follow. But that path looks scary. Man, you can't see it. Bends and it shifts and it goes up and it goes down, and we can't see what's around the corner. So what we do is we see the wide, safe, straight path, and we say, you know what? At least I know what's up ahead, and I'm going to take that path. And your spirit slowly dies with each and every step. You give up a piece of your soul, a piece of who you are. And many people on the spiritual path that really devote and are very sincere and devote a lot of energy and resources into growing are actually suffocating themselves, and they are adopting other people's dogmas and rituals. And I know, when I used to go to church, everyone on Sunday would play church and put on the church mask, or when you go to a meditation group, everyone is very peaceful and nice and sincere and doesn't want to say anything to offend, and there's no authenticity. There's a lack of honest communication because we have adopted a straitjacket, and the straitjacket is comfortable, it's safe, but man, it is suffocating us. So it's not about adding more dogmas and more rituals and more religions and more teachings and more books, more meditations. It's about cutting away and breaking free of that straitjacket. Everything that confines us or that chains us, it's letting go. And the only real way to do that is giving up the attachment and the illusion of the physical world. And we are so attached to believe that our safety, comfort, and security is dependent upon us compromising who we are, selling out, working for a paycheck. And it's like we don't trust. It's having that ounce of faith that Jesus talks about, a grain of faith that, the lilies of the field, the birds of the air are provided for, and trusting that we'll be provided for. It might not be in the way that we imagined or anticipated or preferred, but it's trusting that we can be true to who we are. And the sign of a great spiritual teacher is not someone that conforms you into the image that they think you should be, this docile, passive, peaceful, tranquil person. But they bring out the music that is within you. And if it's rock music, they bring out rock music. And if it's a symphony, they bring out symphony. And if it's a love song, they help bring that out. And that's the sign of a good parent, not molding the child to what their preconceived notion is. And once we break free and realize, and Janis Joplin said, freedom is having nothing left to lose. And this is so true because most of us can't break free because we're so tied down, in the material, physical, temporal world with mortgages and bills and blah, just all kinds of things that just weigh down our spirit. Freedom is having nothing left to lose. When you have nothing left to lose, you can be true, authentic, and sincere. That becomes your master. Your internal spirit becomes your guide. You no longer are dependent upon, is this person going to like me? Or what is my boss going to say? Or am I going to get fired? We say, you know what, screw it all. I have a higher understanding that there's wisdom guiding my life, and I'm going to have faith in that by being true to myself. Thanks for listening.